am Fatma Naib. I'm an online journalist. I'm married and have a 4-year-old daughter. I grew up in Sweden, but I'm Eritrean by origin. It was while making a web documentary for Al Jazeera about female genital mutilation that I realized how deeply rooted it is in many cultures, including my own. I have family and friends who have been through it, but it's not something you talk about. As a child, I attended a close relative's gathering after she was cut. It was then that I wondered, have I been cut? To my relief, my mother told me that she chose not to. When I think about the severe health risks involved in FGM, I can't help but wonder. Why does this practice continue in so many countries? And what would it take for it to stop? And how do some manage to change long-held attitudes towards cutting while still preserving their own culture? And then there are more personal questions, like whether my mother has been cut. I've never asked her. I'm determined to find out more about the different reasons why FGM continues and to understand better what's needed to end it. I've come to Somaliland because together with the rest of Somalia, it has the highest rate of female genital mutilation in the world. FGM is banned in most countries, but here it's still legal. In Somaliland, children are mostly cut between the ages of 6 and 8. I've come to the outskirts of Hargeisa, the capital, to meet a traditional cutter. Noura's been cutting girls for over 40 years, around 25 a day at her peak. How many girls have you cut? What type of cuts have you performed on the girls?
hooska gudan hoosta halkaa iyo halkaa yaa la isku tulayaa gudniin kurus dusha oo dhan baa la tulayaa saddexdaasba waa gudniin fircooni magacyadaa kala leh laakiin sunnuhu waa intaa yar bas weeye sarta waan seexinayaa labada lagosaan jag iska kab.
Noura shows me the most common cut in Somaliland. The kurus, the most severe pharaonic one. What do you use this for?
Kan waxaan u isticmaalaa loo kashan ayaan ku qaadanayaa.
So you put it in the clitoris?
Marka saa ugu soo jaro.
You don't use the knife?
Maya.
Okay. Yeah.
Taasan ku jarayaa. Taanan ku jarayaa. Halkii horena waa kan halkii sarana waa ka. Markaan ku jaro waan tuurayaa.
Okay. Oh, it's just red. Can you show me how do you determine how big the hole should be that you leave? This is how big the opening is? Only this bit?
Well, good news, course.
And you're supposed to urinate from this, and when you're a teenager, menstruation goes through this hole. Very small. Over 90% of girls in Somaliland are cut by traditional cutters. Unlike Noura, most have no medical training. Most girls and women here have had the pharaonic cut, and I want to know the consequences. Anab is a senior midwife at the local hospital.
You have a very beautiful house, mashallah.
Thank you very much.
She was born in Somaliland, but moved to Sweden as a result of the civil war.
I'm good.
1999, I decided to come back to do something for my people because I'm more needed here.
How have you been involved in the fight against FGM?
Cases which we help is those who have fibroid. Fibroid is a tumor which forms the collected blood. The blood cannot, if the space is very small, the menstruation cannot go out all. Every month when the girl gets the menstruation, there will be something left in the uterus. So this will form a tumor. This becomes big and big. People will say, this girl, she has illegal baby in her stomach. So the doctor takes out this, and the girl will be okay.
Anab helped found the Megan Maternity Hospital in Hargeisa.
maanta waxa u baxaysaan daambi baa qabanaysaan labadiina way israacaysaan marka waxa soo eegaysaan dad cusub.
2 days a week, Anab's counselors carry out educational outreach work in the community.
Salaamu calaykum. taasoo kale kulli waxay ahayd dhaqan fiican oo lagu daydo. dhaqan kale waxa jira xun isaguna oo yani u xundee xagga caafimaadka waxyeelooyin badan keena. talo ma ku siin lahayd inay iska sii dayso maadaama wacyigelinaha inta badan aad maqashaan la leeyahay habal la sii daayo sidoo hore
ما waxaan leeyahay inta xalaalay wahda
daaxo xaaraani hooy ma jiro dacad xaaraani ma jiro xubnaheena asugu la mid yahay xubinta
gaalada aniga haylaay
وتعالى ما قاعدنا يسوي ها سنين ku samaynayso soo dhaweynta la soo dhaweysay ay
Shartu wants to discuss her health worries with the counselors. She's 18 and pregnant with her first child. She's had the pharaonic cut.
marka waa la itolay anoo 8 jir baan ahaa waa la itolay haddana markaan guursanay rooskay ahayd haddana waa la i jarjaray wallahi xitaa markay aadadu ka imanayso qofku waa xanuunsadaa caloosha xanuunta dhiig badan kama soo dhacay daloolku ma yar yahay ma la toltolay qashinku caadi uga soo bixi maayo xanuun bay u sameeyay marka waqtigii guurka kalena waa wax xanuun bade adoo lagu qalo kala haddana aroos galeysida xanuun ka daran ba ma jiro xanuunkii markii la gudiyo ku soo maray xanuun ka daran baaba ku soo maray haddana
habla yar oo xaafadihiin lagu xalaalaynayo ama lagu guday ma la kulantay
badi hadda in badan aan arkay qaar la toltoloon baan
sababahaas ka mid ah sababaha hablaha loo taliyo lagu sameeyo qodob
oo haddana gabadhi waxa la leeyahay xagan gabadhi hadayna tolnayn markii horeba gabadhnimada male
waxa gabadheeda lagu xaqiiqsanaya miya sax waxda fiican oo waxay ka dhigayaan ba inay wanaajiyeen صح
inay dema ka helayaan inay hiblaayo waa inano way tolanto markay gursi saasa loo jartay laakiin
imsab loo batayimka
sidee
ma ku xubnaa masaajka maxaad warwar ka qabtaa marka umushaada
wallahi waxaan arkay habla badan oo sidayda loo gudo haddana dhali kari waayo ku dhinto kale oo aan soo arkay marka waxa laga yaabaa inaan aniguna dhali kari waayo aan ku dhinto kale waxaan ka cabsanayaaba
iyo dhigbaxo kale
dhigbaxo kale soo laguma jarjarin waa dhigbaxaysa
insha Allah ilaahay baa ku dhibiiraan doona ku soo daceena insha Allah wadna soo booqan kartaa gacmo furan baan kugu soo dhaweynaa
So why do you think Somaliland has the highest percentage when it comes to FGM globally?
It takes time to leave the culture. Grandmothers and mothers, they still hold on with the suturing and FGM. Especially the grandmothers are very, very conservative. They will not leave it. There was a lady who had 3 girls. She came to me at the hospital. I told her, go back to the home and say, I did the operation. She's very clever, this grandmother. When the girls are going to the toilet, she goes after them. She listens to the noise of their urine.
Oh.
Because when the girl is circumcised, there's no noise with her urine. Because it is like a drop. It's tick, 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 tick. Oh, she cried. She said, oh, my daughter. The girls are and urinating like a boys. What you did? You did nothing.
Do you think that eventually people will abandon this
Eventually,
practice?
but it will take time.
As I watch these young people at a wedding reception, I wonder how many of the men would be willing to marry an uncut woman in the future. Hussein, a local journalist, posted an anti-FGM message on social media. I was curious to know why. I read the Facebook status where you said some men believe FGM reduces a woman's sexual desire. They say this increases her appeal. What made you write this?
I wanted to talk because it's a problem for our girls, and it is against the human right of the girls.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Okay. When you will get married, do you want to marry someone who's cut or uncut?
Uncut.
Okay. Are you married?
No.
You want to be married to someone who's cut or uncut?
Cut. Aan hore wax u yeelin marka ma jir waxaan u taageersanahay dhaqankeena soo jireenka ahaa in laga hor yimaada marka ma aha in la dabar gooyo oo la yiraahdo waxaan casrigan u qaadanayna horta dhaqanka marka ay Soomaalidu leedahay in hore looga jaraa ma jirto.
I am a woman and I come from a culture that also practices this. I am not cut, and I know as a woman, based on what other women have told me, that there is no good in it. If they tell you this is hurting us, this is literally killing us, and we need it to stop, would you then listen?
Ha talo Ruusiya marka la sameeyay lahaa marka dhaqanka meel lagu gudbaa ma jirayse waxa jiraysa in talo Ruusigaasi may dumarka waxa loo eegayaa bulshada dhaqanka bulshada.
I'm surprised that a young man should feel so strongly about holding on to this tradition when it's so harmful. If FGM is to end, changing men's attitudes will be essential.
Women can sit and wait their antenatal.
The Edna Dan University Hospital collects detailed information on trends in female cutting.
This room, we have ultrasounds.
Since 2002, all antenatal patients are asked what kind of cuts they've had and if they intend to cut their daughters.
This is rare to see a woman who is saying, I will not do to my daughter.
Okay. In 2002, 97% of female patients had undergone the pharaonic cut, and most intended the same for their daughters. But that has changed.
There is a huge improvement in the type, and the majority are having now in type 1, type 2, which they call Sunnah. But everybody's getting cut still. Type 1 is the one that they say a little bit the tip.
Yeah.
But type 2, they cut it half of the clitoris. We know all cuts doesn't have any benefit. Fatima and Kadan.
Dr. Shukri introduces me to a friend who's at the hospital on a postnatal visit.
She gave birth 40 days ago. Oh, so you look great. Yeah, she's an interesting person to talk to.
Kadan is a midwife and knows the harmful effects of pharaonic cutting from personal experience.
I was 7 years old. I remember at that time severe pain. When I wanted to urinate, I can't. I'm crying. My relatives are coming. You are coward. Why are you crying? Don't cry. The first problem I feel in that when I'm 16 years, the menstruations are coming. I feel pain, lower abdominal pain, back pain. Then the doctor said this problem is for the FGM. That's second complication I feel in. Even I feel in the third complication when I married. Yeah. The day I was done for the cutting, I never forget that day. It was a very, very pain.
Did you feel any resentment towards your mother and your grandmother?
Yeah, but my mother, she had no education.
As I'm leaving Somaliland, I feel privileged to have met the women who've shared their stories with me. But I'm overcome with emotion as I realize virtually every woman here has been cut, and what it actually means. I've always known about the numbers and the facts and the figures, but when you come face to face to women who've gone through it, it seems like the women who have to endure this and the children who have to endure this, you go through cycles of pain. And for what? For what? And it's happened to so many women and girls. Like my mom, I'm so happy that I don't know why she didn't cut us, but I'm so grateful. Because my life would have been so much different, because it feels like I would have gone through that pain. To go through that, and then not to be able to do something that it's a God-given thing, to pee. You can't pee. And then you have menstruation. And then when you have to have sex, you don't enjoy it, and it's like painful. And then you have to give birth, and then it just continues. I'm so grateful that I didn't go through that. And when I met this woman who had to go through it, I've come to Kenya to find out more about a totally different culture. There are over 40 tribes here, with diverse cultures and traditions. The majority don't practice the cut at all. But for several, including the Maasai, cutting has been a centuries-old tradition, until recently. Today, I'm meeting 28-year-old Nice Lingeti. Nice has managed to totally eradicate FGM in her village of Nomayanat.
But it's just for fun. Yeah, I know.
Traditionally, for the Maasai, cutting is a rite of passage marking the transition from girlhood to womanhood, usually between the ages of 9 and 14. The ritual involves a more severe type of cutting.
We lost a few girls in this village because of circumcision. I used to see girls, even if they are trying to be strong, but you can see that they are feeling a lot of pain. Others are bleeding. We saw deaths in this community.
Nice was the only girl in her village who refused to be cut.
All of my classmates who are from this community, all of them have undergone circumcision, and they were not able to go on with their education. They have to find a husband for you after circumcision. So right now, almost all of them have 3, 4, 5 children and above.
Hi, Jumbo. What's your name?
My name is Florence.
Oh, what a beautiful name. Have they been circumcised?
No, they have not been circumcised.
How do you feel about not being cut? So what would you like to do when you grow up? Okay, thank you, Lawrence. As a result of Nice's determination to end FGM, no young girl has been cut here since 2012. The Maasai are a patriarchal society. Nice first had to persuade the young warriors, called Morans, to help end the practice. Recruiting Douglas, the leader of the Morans, was the beginning. What did you do nice to make them change their opinion about FGM?
Douglas was the first person to accept my work. The resistance was there from all over, but then again, I had another trick because when I go to them, I'll go with someone like Douglas, so I'll make sure that he talks before I talk.
So what did you do to persuade the Morans in the community?
It was very hard for us to convince other boys because they say that they cannot marry a girl because if a girl is not circumcised, she's not a woman. Then if we give an example of some of the dead that we have seen in the community, they say, okay, it's true, and let's forget it.
I think it took more than 5 years for them just to accept, and now we decided to come up with alternative.
We came up with the alternative rite of passage. If they 10 girls in this community, and we want them to upgrade to become a woman, we bless them, then we slaughter the same cows, we celebrate all together, but we didn't cut. So that's what we come up with.
Douglas brings some of his fellow Morans to meet me.
Here we are a mix of married Moran and unmarried Moran.
Do you know what actually happens when a girl is cut?
Kaitodol ntae amu kiata tene, amu edol oshiake irkulie moduak metaa ekintodol ntae taata piiyiolou ajo.
Nice shows the Morans a graphic video of a 2-year-old girl being cut with a knife. What did you think? Do you have a daughter? How would you feel if someone said she needed to be cut?
So I think it was one of the powerful tools we've been using when we are addressing them on the issues of female genital mutilation.
And there was another very persuasive incentive for the young warriors.
When we sit as Moran, as we talk about sex, you see most of the Morans or most of the men, they say, if they sleep with an uncircumcised girl, she is very sweet in sex. Now that's what also convinced most of the Morans to say we don't need a circumcised girl. Yeah, so...
Okay, so that's also another reason.
Yeah.
Meeting the Maasai in Numanyat gives me hope. If one woman can change attitudes in one village, perhaps with time, it's possible to change entire countries. The northwest of Kenya is home to a tribe named the Pokot, who've practiced FGM for centuries as a rite of passage. I'm here to meet Domtilla Chisang, who's devoted her life to ending FGM in her home county of West Pokot. She's married with 2 young children. Domtilla's 28. She's one of the few women of her age in this county who hasn't been cut.
Mine was really a narrow escape. What happened is I witnessed a stage of the cut that kids are not allowed to witness as a young girl. I was only 11 years old. And this community, FGM is performed in 2 stages. This first stage, which is a slight cut. Yeah, that is done in public with the presence of men, women, and young girls and young boys.
And they see it?
Yes, we see it, yeah, we see it, but they just, do like a slight cut. Just immediately after the first stage, the women are taken to, and the girls are taken to a secluded place, like a bush. So we sneaked in, and what I just saw on the second stage was so shocking. My cousin was lying down there in a pool of blood, yes. And women were pinning her down, and her genitals were completely. You know, this woman was like really butchering her, like, you know how you cut pieces of meat? I was expecting it, you know, to do that, just that.
Yeah.
But she was really doing this, you know?
With a knife?
Yes, with a knife, yes. And she was screaming, but her screams were being covered by the women singing, and, you know, they're trying to cover her screams, and she was helpless. What was left there was just like red flesh. Yes. I still can't believe that this is something that we are still debating about, honestly.
It was this traumatic experience that made Domtila refuse to be cut and motivated her to set up her own charity to help end FGM. We're heading to the village of Samich, where 160 girls are preparing for an alternative rite of passage ceremony.
We chose Samich village because in 2014, a 17-year-old girl died of FGM.
Hello. The trip to Samich from Domtila's house takes 2.5 hours, through mountain passes on bumpy roads.
Is it a school?
Yeah, that's a school.
Oh, wow.
But the welcome, when we get there, makes it worth it. In the Pakut culture, cutting traditionally involves a celebration in which the whole community takes part. The girls are rehearsing their dances for the alternative ceremony. It's really nice coming in. It was beautiful. I didn't expect to see this.
The Pakut community love dancing and singing. Yeah. We want people to know that we love our culture. We love every bit of it, only apart from the cut. Yes.
So this way they still feel that their culture is still there.
There's nothing foreign here. The teachers are from the same community.
The girls receive 4 days of lessons before their graduation day. Today, they're learning exactly what FGM involves and the health complications using models.
When you have been cut, you're put into a seclusion for 1 month, whereby you are taught how to become a good wife, how to treat your husband, how to cook. So we do the opposite. We bring the girls in here. We teach them like the children's rights. We teach them about health implications of FGM. Then so it's basically same thing without the cut, but and different teachings. Yeah, because we want these girls to be important people in the society.
Domtila and her colleagues have had to work hard to change the attitudes of parents. In the Pakut community, a cut girl can bring significant economic advantage to a poor family.
A girl is married off. A man brings dowry in terms of cows. And I'll tell you that for this community, the bride price is quite high, especially if the girl is young and cut. Most people tend to marry their daughters to older men because they bring good number of cows, as many as 30 cows. Because of poverty situation, they are tending to cut their girls when they're still young. And then they marry them off and they get there. It's quick wealth.
So how much is an uncut girl worth?
For an uncut girl, you can actually be given away at a throwaway price. Yes, like 4 cows. They might even give you away for free because they just want to get rid of you because you're a burden, you know.
At tomorrow's graduation, the girls will sing and dance to a song composed by local musician Lokito. He has a personal reason for wanting to end FGM.
Soa lenye chiptanjano ka soa tinikiwiti kustan kema kimegi morejan kustan kilometer jolen nane mpaka stali kumegi stali kokat.
No one helped you?
Mami chi nyoke ngarakan bolo ki lekit parabara nyini ki uno lo do la kar mataka keswa pechoni kisan jiki peche portean jiki pamoni ni lenjini ka parachi.
What was the name of your sister?
Clementina.
Clementina. How old was she?
11. Kigoni ya kamana nambolo bolo ko maran ko kinetut amba pikacha. Pamo kwa bako lindia kebstina motat. Angwa chakalenjin werkecho kebstina motat. Angwa chakcheblen tibicho kalen.
FGM has been illegal in Kenya since 2001. But around here, the law has been largely ineffective.
These are just 160 girls. The girls around this village and the villages around, most of them are still being cut. I mean, we have not been able to reach out to everybody. This is a big land, it's a big county.
I find out from Domtila that one of her younger sisters ran away to be cut with friends. I know Domtila's views, but I wonder if the older generation, her mother and grandmother, supported her sister's decision. She takes me to meet them.
Kulano bani wajunul kigelit ya kanisa. Ambo kigelit kanisa kigese umbo pipilial. Maminye olomga tel mutomon ngoletyo. Wanda nyang jingket lota ko perta aga baga muta wolo le to ko tanyi din agapa moni ko wirin janyu pa ko mutuna wala ka muta aku nguta pa ko tanyi atabanyu kanya kongo almanyu lumajege aku ga kongo almanyu lumajege namai moni daga mot agruya daga panot ngruya ga ban parasi
police were looking for them.
Awu to ruwa talaga mas así ribuka wang así el chae uni
Ni ako kami ko tagirway parastia. Irway ya parastia.
It's not funny, but so she was hiding in the forest.
I didn't realize that.
So you are against it because of the law? But in your time, FGM was good.
Kimute tatinga gele mi mota tawul. Kamut mon ngasi to ko así akwat
Ya ko kata mga sala maragi mutan chamun ini.
Ara na ge wanyila hi cham ye jo ma to ta bana ko ni nya ko mine nya to ko nyamon nga ko to ko ku nga are da ko te nya
Magamutan yang tak patut cubungat wa.
Wa ta ko na tingi ya ke to ka ko yini yin baran na awi daga beta so me gare dara kram to rang dong do la kram mutkare kamaso ka to chama nyama.
Meeting Domtila's grandmother makes me appreciate why the key to ending FGM in West Pokot is keeping girls in school. That way, parents don't have to rely on a dowry to help support them and their elders. Educated girls can pay for their own cows. Today, the alternative rite of passage is being held in the market square in Samich. Hundreds of people from many different villages have come to witness the occasion. I find out that some of the girls have made great personal sacrifices to be here today.
Are there many of your friends here dancing with you today? It's just you here? No one else from your village?
No.
So does it mean they will be cut?
Yes.
Are your parents here today?
No.
They're not here?
No.
Okay, and you're here just alone?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go and join the others.
There's another girl who catches my eye, whom I'll meet soon. Ellie will leave a lasting impression on me. The presence of dignitaries here is a testament to Domtilla's success. It means the alternative rite of passage has the stamp of approval of important elders in the community.
FGM is bad. We don't want to be part of bloodshed, blood that is cast.
The vast majority of Pokot people are Christian, and the graduation ceremony ends with a blessing.
Number 6.
Parents and elders stand behind the girls that belong to their villages.
Number 7.
Yes to education.
Number 7.
Yes to education.
Number 8.
Not to FGM. Amina.
Kwa jina la Baba na la Mwana na la Roho Mtakatifu. Amina. Na mbarikiwe.
It was wonderful and touching to see all the community leaders and the parents, especially the fathers, standing behind the young girls. Symbolically, it was like saying, we have your back, we have your back. We support you, and we support your decision not to be cut. It was wonderful to see, and it was just wonderful, wonderful.
I want you to meet Ellie. Sasa Ellie.
Hello, Ellie.
Ellie's the girl I noticed dancing at the ceremony. She ran away from home after her father began beating her mother, believing she was responsible for Ellie's refusal to be cut.
Aswanya ngonon kabisa. Yonya ketua yake susah ngalio chang. Non jage lo afadhali waji glowit aku lagu siki kale mbam glow. Mara nyingi temena antukole tukun le no kutonilipa karo ya shule to chiran mimi nyoru to ulo ke pekera somun ngake chir angitale melo kwa sababu marabal kilmela chirate muni na lo mbam kino shautu kwa nonala tagisikana munung kulongo mlongat kutanga iwana kuega channa atakal complete.
So your family have shunned you? They pushed you away?
Porule nyani lemi tata nani.
What do you say to young girls who are about to attend the alternative rite of passage? What do you say to them?
Yani moja na baca na kweli mwana re. Atoto menya lemanya jile la kita ini age wutie nyamba amba nyile community ndakao. Wasikie kwanzia leo la kosa wunda jana ni elila angera ran page mwala makwani yako mutangat wala gisegim ku kana aga jechemji ag swajila atota ki katangwa mita picho chamanyende.
So what are your hopes and dreams for the future?
Percina ba mukulo nyana ndaki non cheu tabo matinyana dino tabonan anu ka konyi jana chekanala a percini mukulo ngan asis lawur a kiyoti shortna chapa a robieni school a kapare sala sinyo karam a awangain costa nyo karam amlana alakwa yo nyosa magapicha alakwa monun nyomucha ngalonai ngalon jini mon ngawalaka Fatuma non nanyendela yani anachukuliaje non jini la kachengan kamekanan wazo mzuri kutoroka nyumbani na ana nimekosea kutoroka nyumbani.
Oh, that's a tough question. I think you're very brave because I can't imagine giving up. You know, you leave your whole family behind, your siblings, your father and your mother. I don't know what I would have done.
Tinga nyikia na tano tingetala itafikia siku nitarudi washuhudie kwamba nilikuwa mtu ya maana.
You know what I see when I look at you, I see someone, I can see a lot of sadness in your eye, but I can also see strength and determination. So I believe that one day you'll have your own family, One day you'll have your degree. I believe that you will achieve all your dreams.
Spending time with Domtilla has been an inspiration to me. Through her resilience and example, she's inspired so many others, like Ellie. I'm sure in turn that Ellie will do the same. As I leave Kenya, my thoughts turn to my family in Sweden. It's time to face my own taboos.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Back in Stockholm, I meet up with my old childhood friend and fellow Eritrean Swede, Busaina.
I am getting chai latte.
Okej, who's paying? Me or you?
I'll pay.
Okej, vi kör. Tack så jättemycket. Tack.
Neither of us know enough about why the cut is performed in our own culture.
I'm gonna introduce you to some ladies.
Yeah.
Like our parents' generation, you know? That generation that doesn't talk. And I think it's gonna be interesting because they've worked with the subject.
Okay.
You know? Let's go.
All right.
Hewitt, Mehrit and Aisha are Eritreans. They support women in the diaspora in Sweden.
I diaspora så är det ju nästan alla som inte är könsstypat. I Eritrea gör man alla typer. Från den enklaste till den inflammation då där man ser ihop. Hos oss så är det ingen passage. Vi firar inte barnet är slut och du håller på att bli kvinna.
Vår generation pratar ju inte om det här. Men varför tror ni? Varför gör man det?
Det handlar om kontroll. Det handlar om att kontrollera kvinnornas och tjejernas sexualitet. Det är det det handlar om. Jag är 4:e generations protestant. Hewitt är katolik och andra är muslimer. Men vi allihopa är drabbade av det. Så det har ingenting, jag vill bara liksom understryka, det har ingenting med religion att göra. Viktigt att jag säger att könsstympning finns inte bara i Afrika eller i Eritrea, det finns världen över.
För folk tror att det här är ett svart problem eller det här är ett afrikanskt problem. Jag har läst mycket och det känns i de här senaste åren. Man får veta mera och mera Indien, Pakistan, Kurdistan, Irak, Latinamerika. En vit kvinna i Amerika också som skrev om det i Guardian.
Then Hewitt brought up a normally taboo subject.
Njutningen, det kan inte vara optimalt på grund av att vi är omskurna. Vi vet inte, vi har inte upplevt det optimala. Vi kanske tror det här är optimalt. Det här är optimalt för oss, men egentligen jag kan jämföra. Förstår ni? Inte. Tyvärr, det är så.
Jag berättade till min dotter igår alltså att jag skulle göra det här. Alltså. Vad äckligt! Prata inte om det. Hon orkade inte, alltså hon mådde riktigt dåligt. Hon sa nej mamma, prata inte om det där, jag vill inte höra.
Jag förstår att man vill inte prata om det, men vi har rätt att njuta när man har sex. Men det är mycket mer än så. Ja. För det handlar om 200 miljoner flickor och kvinnor som har gått igenom det, som går fortfarande igenom det.
Så att folk inte tror att vi bjuder till sex, så är det inte. Det är inte det vi gör, men det har psykiska och fysiska konsekvenser. Och det är därför det ska stoppas. Så om vi höjer kunskapen om det och pratar om det öppet, precis som vi gör nu. Vi kanske skulle aldrig sitta som eritreanska kvinnor och prata som vi gjorde idag om det var för 10-20 år sedan. Men nu vågar vi för att vi vet hur skadligt det har varit. Vi har inte gjort det på våra döttrar till exempel.
Although I've always known I've not been cut, I've never asked my mother why. FGM is not a subject to discuss, but today we're going to talk about it. It took a lot of convincing to persuade my mother to take part in this film. My father and sister refused due to the taboo that surrounds the subject. There's a personal question I need to ask my mother that makes me uncomfortable. So I start with the easier one.
ليش ما طهرتونا؟
لانه مش لازم، مش يعني مش زي حق الاولاد. يعني اللي كانوا يعملوه مش مكتوب لا في الدين ولا شو اسمه ده تراديشن، زي الكولتور، هو زي العادات والتقاليد.
بس برضك اللي انا مستغربه انه المفروض في جيلك الناس يعني بتطهر اولادها، لكن انت بتقول انت اخترت انك ما تطهرين.
ايوه، بس انا ما كنت اهتم. مش من النوع اللي يعني انا مش من النوع اللي امشي ورا العادات والتقاليد.
طيب ابويا ولا اي احد من اقاربنا ما قال لك ليش ما يعني
ولا ايش عرفهم، ولا حتى امي كمان ما كانت تهتم، ما كانت
تقول الله يرحمها،
ما كانوا يقولوا طهروهم اعملوهم.
الله كويس، طلعت انت مودرن اوبن مايندد. خلاص تاكسي مكياج. كويس الحمد لله. في الرحله هات اثرت كثير لان شفت اشياء مش مساكين والله.
عذاب هو
يا
عذاب. عارفه
ساعتها بدأت أفكر أقول يا الله حرام يعني الحريم والبنات وهذا. فساعتها أنا كنت أفكر أقول الله مسكينة أمي كيف. كنت أقول يعني أمي يعني مسكينة، هل هذه هي كمان
عذبت؟
فعشان كده يعني أنا عارفة إنه الواحد ما يتكلم في الأمور دي وإنجن فروغر، بس det var viktigt för mig إنه أعرف يعني om du har gått igenom det. أنت مش مطهر؟
يو طهرنا بس عادي خفيف.
ما في خياطة؟
لا 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 ما في.
ما فيش؟
ما في خياطة.
بس كم عمرك كان؟
لا صغيرة.
ولما ولدتينا وكده ما تعبتي؟
عادي. لا ما تعبت الحمد لله. يعني تولدي ولادة عادي، يعني تتزوجي زواج عادي.
يعني أنت ما تعبت في أي مرحلة في حياتك؟
لا
يعني
لا لا
عشان ما
سووا شيء، ما في تعب.
I feel such a relief after speaking with my mother. I know now that she did not endure the worst form of FGM. And I feel proud of my parents' decision to end the practice, which meant that I did not endure it, and in turn, neither will my daughter. This journey cements my belief that FGM will end one day. Change will come, but it must come from within. From those who understand that the richness and uniqueness of culture does not depend on traditions harmful to women.